the North remembers a discussion on a House of a Dragon. Or on House of the Dragon, sorry. So, another episode, is this episode 4, is it? Or 5? I can't.
It's 4.
4. They called it Tumbleton. I'm going to go with Shadow of the Citadel. And we'll talk about why. So, with the intro, I do have a question. It's all the regular past goings and comings. What did you notice at the end? There's like a bigger dude in like robes, and somebody's whispering to him. So is that like the new Master of Coin? And is that supposed to be like the White Worm? But she already was shown in another part of the tapestry.
I just wrote down question marks because it was so fast, and it just looked like a lord. I was wondering maybe it was something to do with the banquet.
Oh.
Maybe it was just a brief, like...
Oh, it did, because it did show a dead rat right after that, so maybe
it cuts to the rat, and then it cuts to it tearing.
Yeah.
Which that was new, I think, last time, was the tearing or something.
So maybe it is. Maybe it was just the banquet. I didn't think of that. I thought it was maybe like the fucking...
Manderley?
Yeah, Manderley.
Which we didn't miss last episode. I was kind of upset when I was going back through. I was like, oh, fuck, we didn't even...
And he is... I can't believe that he is, like... gone from the other shit I've seen him in. I'll remember his name, the actor's name.
He's so great. When I saw him in the
Chuck.
last one, I was like, oh my gosh, it's him. He's Fanboys.
Fanboys, Good Luck Chuck. He was the one that...
Balls of Fury.
Yeah, Balls of Fury too. And what was the other one? Mars Needs Moms. He was in that one too.
Yeah. But yeah, in the last one, she was like, we'll be sure to search your houses too. And he goes, yeah, this is pretty... good theatrics. Might make them forget that it was your blockade that caused this in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's why she was, we'll lead to the master point part.
Yeah, she does. She was, though, like, clever fucker.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the episode starts with Tumbleton, but you don't really know it's Tumbleton. It's just kind of a town, and there's just high tower soldiers everywhere. They're hauling in wood, and they're coming in. And yeah, the soldiers are walking through and just kind of like pointing, like, 2 there.
Yeah, you men here, you men there.
3 there. And the people, and at first people are like running through the town kind of nervous and scared. Obviously, mostly like young girls and shit. Like, oh, fuck. Soldiers are in town and they're hungry and horny for days. But they get to this point where Hugh's wife, and it's with her brother, like she had talked about. And that guy comes up and says, you 3 in here. And her brother tries to politely be like, well, we're already kind of crowded. And he's like, yeah, well, there's fucking 15,000 of us, so be lucky you only got 3. And he kind of like eyes the sister up right then and there.
And then he's like, oh, maybe crowded isn't such a bad thing.
And then the wife, right off the bat, is like, mind yourself. He's like, go talk to Ormund Hightower if you got a problem with it. See what he has to say to you.
Yeah, and we actually, later on, we do see this, like, a lot of strong women in this town.
Yeah, a lot of strong women in Tumbleton, whether husbands or not, actually.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
So then it's cut to the castle, I guess, at Tumbleton, whatever castle they do have.
Keep or whatever.
Yeah. And Ormond's taking a bath and hearing complaints from the people whose room he's in.
Lords over that town or whatever.
Yeah, and they're basically complaining, what is this about? Your lodgings? You don't like your lodgings? Well, you're in our lodgings. You're in our bed.
She's the one that speaks up. You're sleeping in our bed. He's a frail little, like, just simple merchants.
Yeah. And he's like, well, you did bend the knee to Rhaenyra Targaryen, right? And they're like, we did. Well, that's amount to treason, right? And then the little nerdy, artsy guy's like, well, do you not see the conflict, like...
She has dragons.
She has dragons, and we're just like artists and nerds and merchants and stuff. We had no choice. He's like, so you bent the knee out of fear. And then the woman speaks up again and is like, we bent the knee because she's the queen. He's like...
And then male butt.
Yeah, then he stands up, and that is the brief nudity. So every time we watch an episode, it says up in the corner what's going to happen, and my son will be like, oh, nudity, I have to close my eyes. Like, you know the rules. Just throw them up when you see something.
Yeah.
Like, this one, I was like, guy butt, whatever.
Yeah. And it was
sucks to be you. That's the brief nudity you get sometimes.
Wait, this is Game of Thrones. Just feel lucky.
Yeah. He stands up, all just taut shoulders, and he's like, really? Or no, is she? Or is she a bitch with a dragon, he says. And that he's there to restore the rightful line, you know, and to do that, I need to have, you know, rested soldiers.
I need to be well rested. And therefore, I need to sleep in your quarters.
And I need, yeah, basically. But he's like, I need proper lodge. And this whole time, he's like getting a towel handed to him. He's like,
gets his robe on. And
he's like lightly.
He's like, you'll be treated well, and I'll tell my men to behave as long as you do. He looks at the grill, and that's when he does like his robe up.
And he's all like,
and we get to see Darren for the first time here, and he's the one that hands him his robe, and he's kind of like shy and soft and off camera, not off camera, but like in the
out
background.
in the corner, like always holding
he's not
his arms.
looking. He's like handing to him, and he's like uncomfortable by the way Ormond holds himself.
Yeah, and he's always like really shy. And he, as they're leaving, he's like, okay, so that'll be all. See them out, you know, have them leave. And Darren goes to be nice, you know, like, right this way, I'm sorry. And he's like, don't, the woman says, all pissed off. And he's like I tried
his
to be
squire's
nice.
the one that tries to soften his blows.
I'm sorry. And he's like, when dealing with those beneath us, we must be burned. Remember that. He's like, this kid looks so innocent, and he looks really sad to be there, and his blue eyes make it worse.
I think he is. There's a couple of moments later on that I'll bring up, like, why I think this, but I definitely see him as, like, the soft, like, you know, even though he was taken there as an infant, and, like, basically this guy's been his father, there's a weird relationship there.
Yeah, and I wonder if he's, like, almost, from what he does later, we will talk about that, too, if he's almost, like, abusive, because the kid's very well scared of him.
Yeah.
Anyway, so right after that, and they basically, they get news from, he asks, the guy comes and he says, we got news from Harrenhal, right? Or no, not Harrenhal.
That's later on.
Is that later
on? He gets the news, yeah.
No, not the bad news, the first news. Oh, from Baratheon. He says, we got news from Storm's End. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And he's like, more excuses from Boris Baratheon. And that's when he's still in the ropes, and he's like, and he reads it, basically, that he's not coming, da-da-da-da. He's like, okay,
he got a marriage pact between one of his horse-faced daughters and Daemon, and he never sent his men, like he didn't pledge. He's like,
perhaps send him another letter, perhaps one with drawings, so he can understand. Meaning everybody knows.
And he does call him a lackwit and shit like that,
yeah. And that's when he asks, news from Harrenhal, and the guy's like, no. And he's like, and then he tells Darren, it's okay, steady your heart, Darren. Your brother Aemon will be with us. And, you know, like, it's all going to be good, because he's going to get in on his big-ass dragon, and we're going to fucking massacre all these motherfuckers. And it's going to be all okay. Cut to King's Landing, where basically Rhaenyra's sitting in there with, confused as to why Ormond has taken Tumbleton, but like in a small show of force, not pushed further, not massacred the whole town, just kind of moved in and taken.
She's basically explaining it out, like kind of figuring it out in
real time.
Yeah. She's like, because if I attack, then they'll turn on me. They were my loyal subjects, you know.
Yeah, they bent the knee to me.
Yeah.
Raised my banner.
So now if I go and attack him and they get fucked up, then
they're going to call me Maegor the Reborn. Then the gods that put me here are going to cast me down because I fucking burned my own people. Like, he's trying to egg me on, like, to do something I'm not supposed to do.
Yeah.
And that's when Orwell's like, wait a minute. What about Daemon's river host? You know, all the Northmen and shit. They're marching here right now. Why don't you just have them go to Tumbleton?
It's only a little bit further.
Yeah, out of the way and deal with that. And then the White Worm's like,
it won't be bloodyless, but it's far better than
dragons.
Yeah.
And she's like, that's a good idea. Send your ravens, you know?
Yeah, send it out to Tully.
And he's going to go leave, and then she's like, wait, Orwell. And he's like, I like how he runs all the way back up the steps. They're like proper with their queens and kings like that. And he's like,
he's not just going to half step turn around.
He's got to come up all the way. Oh, shit. Sorry. And she's like, as long as you, you know, perform your duties like you've been doing and remain loyal and useful, you can take your seat at the at my councilman seat and your spot as the High Maester, or whatever, Grand Maester.
And he's just like, okay. And I think he was like, am I going to go back and send a Raven? But then she's like,
yeah,
come sit down.
That's not
we're having a small council here.
That's not in the books either, because in the books he goes straight to the Black Cells and she brings her own from Dragonstone, if I recall. But Orwell does live through the whole thing because he ends up writing all of it down, right?
Well, I think this is also like I'm starting to understand why they take their liberties, because now I am like, what are they going to do next? Like, some things have changed,
Yeah, and the characters get a lot more depth, and their journeys get a lot more depth, as we'll talk about with like Aegon coming up. Like it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
He's a prick and he's bad.
Well, in the book, for all you know, it's like he was just hidden in the keep somewhere.
That's what I thought. I didn't give it a second thought. I thought
came back.
He just got on a boat to Dragonstone, lived underneath in a shitty little fishing shack until the time came to fucking take his sister out.
Yeah.
I didn't think anything cool was happening. That's for sure.
But I do like when Orwell does come back. She's like, "We're having a small council. Come sit." And he's like, "Oh, okay," and walks over and he grabs the ball from the middle and she goes, "No, don't bother with that. It's an old relic for an old regime."
And then the White Worm's like,
and he's like, "Hell yeah!" And he like tosses it. He doesn't just set it down. He's like, "Bing!" like throws it down. And I was stoked for. I was like, "Oh fuck yeah!" I was wondering why those went away. Like what happened? It's like they got to explain it. It was kind of cool.
That was cool. And I liked how the White Worm was like, "Women in charge now."
Well, that's when she starts going in and she's like, "We have some small oil reserves," and then she cuts her off and she's like, "Where's the hand?"
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, this council is thin," and then they're all stressed out, sitting there kind of in the quiet, and she's like, "Hire a new master of coin,
She's like,
let them worry about it."
She's like, the people are gonna eventually find out about our lack of resources. Give them a name to fucking blame, basically.
Yeah, and then she's like,
right,
that
little bastard Manderly
was all fucking snarky, all snarky when I threatened everybody. He just laughed. I don't like that guy. Make him freak out about the money. Him and Daemon. It's their problem.
She just kind of passed some stuff on to Daemon, like when they talked about her Queen's card and stuff. She was like, "That's a job for going to like Daemon can have somebody, and then Daemon can have."
Yeah, somebody else could do that. And then she goes, cut to the Godswood. And I think this is cool too, because in the book she kind of just puts Alicent in chains, and they kind of bicker about Alicent.
Alice in chains.
Awesome.
Chains of gold.
Yeah, they just bicker about like your kids were bastards, and it doesn't matter that they died, and she's just kind of, they hate each other, continue to hate each other. I think it's cool that she uses Alicent as like an advisor almost. Almost as like her hand of the king, without Corlys actually being the hand of the king.
Well, and she does say at the end of the meeting, she's like, "You guys go handle that. I'm going to go handle Hightower, Ormond Hightower." So that's when she goes and talks with her.
Alicent, yeah.
But yeah, she does kind of use her as like an advisor.
Yeah, she's like, "What do you know about Ormond?" And she's like, "Very little,
About as much as you.
And she's like, "I doubt that." She's like, "I met him once when I was young, a couple times when I was young. My father brought me to court. I never really went back to town."
Yeah, I fucking had to marry your father.
Yeah.
I was like 15.
Yeah, you remember? What do you think I've been in this fucking house since then?
This hellhole.
And I walk to the church on Sundays. And that's it. And she's like, "Well, what do you remember?" She's like, he's learned. He's very educated. He fancies himself a scholar. He hates the ignorant.
He writes ballads.
Collects tapestries.
Yeah. He's what's the word I'm looking for? He thinks he's better than everyone else. He kind of presents it that way.
Yeah, she said he loathes the ignorant, like abhors. I can't remember what she said, but it's basically like anybody who's stupid. It's just like can't handle it.
Yeah.
Or but like Dee said, almost like not just because of education.
Pretentious.
Yeah, pretentious. Almost like if they don't have money, they're automatically.
I don't
not
speak
even a
to
second,
those people.
not even a second thought. And she's like, "Okay." What did she say?
Yeah, after that she says that he's sensitive to... Oh no, she's like, Did you have trouble sending your boy away?
Oh yeah, because she looks over at Helena, and Helena's playing with the little girl in the God's Blood, and she's like, "Did you have trouble when you sent your boy away?" And she says, "In truth, it was my choice."
Yeah, she's like, "I gave your
why?" And then Rhaenyra's like surprised, like, "Why?"
She's like, "I gave your father 3 Targaryens, and
I wanted the last one, my last."
Yeah, to reign high tower. She's like, "I'm kind of glad I did with everything that's going on. How the other boys turned out to be."
His other 2 sons.
So she kind of saved him. She took that sacrifice.
Yeah. She's like, even though I don't
saved him, we don't know how.
Yeah, and she's like,
and she's like, "How do you think he treats your son?" She goes, "I've heard fatherly.
From what I hear,
yeah.
He's raised him since he was a boy. And that's what brings up did you have trouble sending your boy away, your child away?"
And then she goes to walk away, and that's when Alicent's like thinking about they just kind of bonded over. Like she knows how it feels.
Yeah.
Because she had to send
her kids away.
Yeah, she's still got 2 more.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she sent the first one away too. Joffrey sent him away first, and then the other 2.
She's calling him back currently. Which I'm kind of confused on the timeline here because we get to see Daemon go all the way to the Vale and back, and supposedly Joffrey's got a fucking dragon. So
yeah.
Either way,
we'll see how they change that.
But she tells him, she's like, he is very sensitive to smells. He hates
a really bad sensitivity to smells.
Bad smells.
And then she's like, "But I don't see how that's going to come into play."
Well, I was thinking, remember when he got the note delivered, and we were wondering if he knew it was from Alicent, if the seal was broken, and we were like, "I think it's just covered in shit."
And you were right.
He had the little perfume thing, and I was like, "Is he getting high?" No, he's just fucking sensitive.
He can't handle stank.
Yeah. So maybe if you get covered in shit, if you have to hand-to-hand combat this guy,
he's gonna start hurling,
big shit. Yeah.
Freak out. Okay, so then we're at the courtyard, and a bunch of Valyrian soldiers are mounting up, which is kind of weird to see the seahorses and all, not on a boat.
Yeah.
I know that he obviously has a land army, but it's still weird to see.
Do you think they're good riders?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
This is so uncomfortable. This is so stupid, and it's hot.
Yeah, well, and in the books they'd always say, the Dothraki weren't good on sea, and the Ironborn weren't good on horses.
Yeah, or on land or anything. Yeah, any of that shit. So basically, Alan's walking up to Corlys, who's all armored, and he says, "My lord, you being summoned by the queen for your small council meeting," and he's like, "No, I'm her hand, not her mouth. Let the talking be left to those who fucking relish in it. I'm gonna go handle my shit."
Yeah, or he says he's going to get the pirates that are still raiding on the shores.
And he's like, "Is this what you'd have me go back and say, that you refuse the queen's summons?"
Yeah, and he's kind of chuckling about it. You want me to go back and tell her no?
And he's like, "Better still, tell her that, I'm doing something I need to be done or whatever. My son could go in my stead." It's like, I have no way of court.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what I'm doing up here. And he's like, there's a lot of opportunity for you up here, and I can't give you my name.
Yeah.
She won't let me.
Yeah, I can't give you the name. I was able to call you my son.
Which
everybody knows
anyway. Get him close to Baylor or something, maybe.
Yeah, that way he gets close to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's she doing right now?
She's just wandering around the keep.
She was watching Harrenhal or something?
Scouting.
Yeah.
Scouting for shit. I don't remember what she was exactly scouting for.
But yeah, so he leaves Alan for the council.
And basically says, "This is a chance to better yourself." Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, "This is all I can leave you. Take the opportunity."
Then he just fucking...
Get your name down.
And Alan says to him that anger is not something that can be mended with blade.
Yeah. You can't just go out
kill people,
killing all these pirates, and you'll think you'll be better. You know?
It's gonna be better that she didn't let you name us your name, and he's taking it the
the
best.
Shit you lost,
and he wanted it the most, but I think he just wanted it from Corlys. Yeah. Obviously,
no, I think Corlys is. Well, you gotta imagine Corlys has lost a lot.
Yeah, and that's why he basically explains that, right?
And that's he's like, I'm gonna go raiding with my homies.
Yeah,
this is all I got left.
Yeah, I got nothing at home. I gotta go get more treasures. Did you not see? All my other treasures are gone.
Yeah. You gotta start robbing these bitches from square one.
Yeah. I'm old. I gotta fucking
Gold
start
bracelets
now.
and earrings and shit.
Just to fucking get started.
Who do I give it to? And he says, oh.
Yeah. Can't give it to you guys, apparently. So, back to... on to Rooks Rest. Not quite Rooks Rest. Aegon and Littlefoot. Clubfoot, whatever.
It looks like they stole the wagon because
Yeah.
they're ditching a wagon.
Yeah, or they're just stealing from it.
I
They're
guess,
right there by here. But he basically, he's yelling at him, "Come on, shit!" And he's not hurt no more.
Yeah, you cripple motherfucker.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, now I'm all weaned off the heroin. I'm good.
Yeah.
What's your problem? You're still
Becomes one of
fucking
those
slow.
motivational ex-crackheads.
Yeah. And they're coming through the woods, and then they come across Sunfire. Now, in the previous episode, they said that he was dead and decaying, which, from a distance, we talked about could just be smoking and looking dead. Aegon goes up to the body and puts his hand on it, and Larys is like, he's dead, good, you've seen it, now can we fucking get on the road?
There's no chance now.
Yeah, and Aegon kept saying, he's alive.
Well, he doesn't say that yet. He's just kind of like, I'm
Come
here,
on.
Sunfire. I'm
wake
here.
up.
And then that's when the other guy comes up. He's like, it's a penny to touch him. And he pays him the penny.
And a silver to fucking sit the saddle.
Yeah, but then he's like, he put both hands on his 2 touches. And he's like, gives him another couple. And then the other guy, I wanted to bring this part up specifically because I see this other guy later and I wrote it down.
Oh, he's later.
But, so the first guy who's getting the coppers from him, and he kind of looks around, and the other guy's kind of goes, "What's wrong with your leg?" And he's like, "Well, you wouldn't hurt a man in the face just for a couple of coppers. Like, I guess you could, but..."
Yeah.
He's like, "Me and my friend are just on our way, looking, how far is Rooks Rest, or which way is Rooks Rest," something like that.
Yeah.
And that's when Aegon all of a sudden is like, "He's alive! He's alive!" And they're like, looking around, "What the fuck? This guy's a weirdo."
Yeah, let's go.
So he runs up to him, and he's like, "It's over. Like,
he's dead. You've seen him.
It's not worth getting caught. Like, this is getting serious now." And the camera kind of pans up, and it's like, hey, Sunfire's dead.
Yeah, and then when you mentioned later that guy, I wonder if it's the guy I saw too, because I didn't recognize him from anywhere, but I was like, he's looking at Aegon in a way that he knows something.
Yeah, and the camera points him out that he's looking. Like, this is a character of interest.
Yeah, and he was hoping, and I don't know. I think that dragons have a bond, right, with their riders. Maybe because in the books, as everybody who's listening to the books knows, Sunfire has to be alive for the ending of all this to kind of take shape. So I'm wondering if that's a cool little thing they're doing, is that he seems dead, and by all intents and purposes, he is dead.
Like, that would be a pull for the people.
Major slumber,
Yeah.
And it's a way to fuck with us, because we're all like, no, that's not how it is in the books, and then it turns out
And you'll find out until next season.
Yeah. At the end.
Yeah.
So, off to Harrenhal, right? Sir Criston and his men finally arrive. Gwaine. Them fucking helmets, man. Gwaine is like a handsome dude, good looking hair, all that, and then that helmet just looks like a fucking a tool to tell you the gender of a fetus. That's what it looks like. They arrive to an empty Harrenhal, half destroyed.
Like, looking at all the charred fucking horses and shit on the
Dead.
ride in.
Burnt, charred. Oh yeah, field. The whole field is just like, this is so fucked.
Yeah, and there's just nothing around. You're like, what the hell? Like, there's no activity going on.
Can't hear
and
anything.
walking through, and it's like creaking. It sounds like stones like falling and shit around them.
Inside, and then some gal is just standing there. It's Alice.
And you hear the goat right before you hear her. It's and then she's like, hello, or something like that.
And somebody else pointed this out. I saw in a picture. Is she wearing the old man's robes, the Castellan's robes, like she's like on the new Castellan?
She does call herself a steward of sorts. She's a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
And from what we saw of the like previews for the upcoming episodes or whatever, we do see not Damon, Aemon. We do see Aemon there. I'm like, I don't know if he comes back or if she's lying.
I think she is, because so she says, "Are you lost?" And then she asks, Cole asks, "Where's the castle?" And she's like, "He's slain, and all of his, kids too."
What about his replacement? Slain.
And it, like, just me, And he's like, "Well, we're here for Prince Aemon. Where is he? He was here, but when he heard that Rhaenyra took King's Landing, he fled." And then Gwen's like, "Rhaenyra took King's Landing?" And then it's just cut to in the chambers. They're just sitting there. Him and Cole are just sitting there like, "Oh God." In comes a scout or whatever, and he's like, "There were signs of a large dragon nest, but it has been abandoned. I would guess that Aemon has fled." And then it's just like, well.
Yeah, Gwen kind of talks some shit right now.
Yeah, he's like, "King's Landing is lost. Aegon is dead. Our queens are both in chains. And we are a meager army with no dragon. We got the army right where we fucking want it, don't we?" And then Cole is like, "Aemon wouldn't abandon me." And he's like, "Well, he did."
Yeah, he's not here, is he?
Like, see what it is,
Yeah.
There's nothing around. He's not here. It's like, "No, he can't be." It's like, "Okay, well, why don't I write to my cousin and we join our strength to his?"
Which just kind of bothers me that it's like, he knows his cousin is in Tumbleton, but he doesn't know that Rhaenyra took King's Landing. Like, isn't that weird?
Yeah, why wouldn't he have gotten that news?
Yeah. But either way,
yeah. That's
so he's point. Like, I want to write to my cousin. We can join our force with his.
He's got.
He goes, "I know it's fucked up," but he's like, he's a wily coot. Like, he'll have some kind of cockamamie plan.
Yeah, he's not Craven. He's weird. He's a dick.
Yeah.
But he's not Craven. He'll have a plan.
Well, yeah, and that's another thing is she goes, Gwen said that he was cruel, but Gwen says that about a lot of people.
Because he's a little.
And later, Darren asks about Gwen, like, not longingly, but like hopefully.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit! So it's like maybe he is an asshole to him. And he's like, oh fuck, Gwen's gonna show up. Like, I was hoping my brother might show up.
He's nicer when Gwen's here.
Yeah.
He doesn't beat me so fierce when Gwen's here.
Yeah.
And he's like, "We'll go. I'll send the Raven right now." He stands up. He goes to do it. And Cole's like, "No, we're not doing that." He goes, "To you, Highborn, this is just a game, isn't it? You go, you fight a battle, you win, you lose, you go home, sleep on a feather bed. Like, I was a fucking foot soldier for the Dondarrions.
Yeah, I was a son of a steward.
And my father, everything he had was owed to Dondarrion. When Dondarrion fell out of favor, we lost everything. So basically, when Dondarrion wasn't loved by the king anymore, we were broke too.
If he went to attorney and fucking lost his ass, he was taking out on us, and we.
Yeah, he still needed to eat, so the poor got poorer.
Yeah.
And he's like, "So, my father died of sorrow. There is no home or place to go back to for someone like me now while Rhaenyra sits the throne." And because when he's going to walk out, Gwen's like, what for what fucking purpose? What could there possibly be?
The game is lost.
Yeah, the game is lost. What possible gain could there be to continuing it? And then so after that little speech that Cole gives him, he goes, "We'll attack by night, right?"
Yeah, he goes, "Well, we'll go for her Northman army."
Oh yeah, no, he said, "We'll keep the rivermen. We'll keep the river scum."
Yeah,
King's Landing.
We'll stop them from getting the King's Landing. And he goes, "They have their army is 10 times the size of ours." He goes, 20. He goes, "But we're gonna attack them like the scorpion attacks the ox or whatever." He's like, "We'll do it at night. We'll make them fear us. Like they'll be afraid to move around.
Like wraiths."
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
like, it won't be
clean,
but it'll be pure.
Which I don't understand.
Man,
is that what?
No dragons.
That's what he means by pure. Because I didn't understand that. That seemed like a contradictory statement. Like, it won't be clean, but it will be pure. how is it pure if it's not clean? But I was.
It's the
confused.
combat that's pure.
Yeah.
Like we're not gonna get torched by a fucking dragon.
Yeah.
He's scared.
Yeah. He knows that. It's like in the books where it gets to a point, and I hope they show it in the show, where he does say, "Where are we going? Where are we marching to? Our doom."
That's kind of what he already did.
Yeah, he's kind of doing that right now. It's like we're fucked, and we might as well go out.
It's just ruins and dragon fire everywhere.
And then he's going to leave, and then Gwen's like, "We'll slow him down, at best." He's like, "Yeah, maybe, but." It's like you said, we gotta cling to our honor, or lest we become beasts ourselves. So yeah, I think that is him giving that same speech over and over again. Like, this is it, man. This is all we got.
Yeah.
You think we're gonna go back to King's Landing now with our small regiment?
I mean, look at his progression. Like, I don't like the character. I don't think they did the character justice with the development in the show because it was a lot in the very beginning, very fast.
He went really pissy, really fast.
Yeah, and then but if you think about it, like. Son of a steward, foot soldier, gets named to the King's Guard out of nowhere,
and
basically.
Then the little King's daughter doesn't think about vows and the seriousness of it and just grabs on him.
Yeah.
And of course he's going to go for it.
And then he has to flip over to the one that hates her and starts doing,
Yeah.
So now he's like, if I go back and I'm not with the one that I was diddling last,
yeah,
like...
The blonde one's going to kill me.
Yeah.
Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
And I'm going to go out and battle.
Yeah.
Not dragonfire battle. I want to go out and,
I'm not going to let her burn me.
I want to die by the sword.
Yeah. Like I'm meant to.
But then it cuts to Viserys, Viserys' Lego collection.
Yeah, and she's just unveiling it.
Yeah.
And Rhaenyra is just like devastated by the destruction. And I feel like somebody should have explained that, like the guard. I feel like that would have given her like a closeness to her brother. It's like, well, that, like someone just like Orwell, have him be there and say like, well, your brother destroyed it when his son was killed. Because then it's like, hey, he didn't just maliciously destroy your dad's shit to be like anti your dad's legacy. It was during a major freak out when you cut his son's fucking head out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just so you know. It wasn't desecration of your father's memory.
If anything, he was kind of pining for your father's.
Yeah.
Like, he was upset that he didn't have his favor.
Yeah.
And that's what they sold him on. He finally got his favor, I guess.
And so she's sitting there, and Alan comes up, and the guard's like, who goes there? And Alan of Hull, And she's like, I'll see him. And he comes in and basically tells her, Lord Colas is marched out of the Dragon Gate, to go fight the raiders who continue to bother our supply chains and stuff like that. And she's like, a task that he has fucking plenty of people that could do that.
Yeah. While
his queen sits here with a broken kingdom and fucking no plan to go forward, whatever. And he's like, like I said, he's like explaining it even in a nice way to her. Like, he's not even mad at her about it. You didn't get, and he's the one that didn't get the name. Yeah. And he's still being like way cool about it. He's like, well, my father can be, my father's lost everything. And also feels like he was fucking kind of like cheated.
Yeah.
By giving up all that stuff, and then you still were like, nah.
He's like, maybe that's what he needs right now is a fight.
Like, maybe that's what he needs. Better him out there punching other people's heads in the back here screaming at all of us, right?
Yeah.
Causing a scene over here.
And that's when he like notices basically what they're looking at, and she explains what it is, and she's like, there's some people whispering that my father was weak. She goes, but after just a little while looking through his eyes, I really can't understand what he had to go through to keep it together as long as he did.
20 years apiece.
Yeah. And she's like, looks over him, and she goes, fathers can,
inspire and
incense at the same time. Wouldn't you agree? And he just kind of laughs a little bit.
Yeah.
And then there's a shit ton of rats, like in one of the sections of the model. And they're like, oh. And
so they're incessant.
Yeah, she's like, I guess Aegon killed all the rat catchers. He goes, On the ships or the docks, we just keep cats. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool because a lot of times
That was
the
a
books
major
and stuff,
throwback. They talked about that.
well, and in a lot of like the books and stuff like that, they talk about like Arya would like catch cats. Cats are all over
The Red Keep.
not just the keep, but like King's Landing. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like they explain
The
like
little reference.
yeah, the reference to the house like covered in cats.
Just get some cats. And that's how it started. The damn rats. And then we go back to Aegon and Littlefoot arrive at the Rooks Rest camp. Now this is where the keep of Rooks Rest was and where Meleys, his body, collapsed. So they're marching in and he's like, oh my God, a regiment. And he's like, I don't think this is a regiment. I think you're more likely that these men, it's safer to assume that these men are only loyal to themselves.
Yeah.
And then you look, and there's a little kid even in there,
Yeah.
like fucking smaller than my kid, our kids, like 4 or 5. He's just like sitting amongst all the dead bodies, like pulling change out of pockets.
Yeah, and they do that in the fucking Edge Knight, 97 Kingdoms. They explained that they were out there picking bodies.
Yeah, that was a common thing.
Yeah, so they just had a gnarly war. They're out there fucking.
Sweet, there's all kinds of dead folks with silver and shit, and like weapons.
Or even, as I say, like weapons, armor. Like,
shit we can sell.
I can have boots. I can finally get boots.
Yeah, I've never had boots.
Yeah, these are good. They're 3 times your size. I'll grow into them.
Oh, like look, coats. This coat is to go over my other coat.
I will grow into this coat.
Little kid.
Yeah. Come back 10 years later, same
Helmet.
that fits him.
It's good. So they're walking in, and they just see people. Aegon's focused on Meleys and the headless dragon, and I think he's kind of seeing the destruction of all of what he's doing. It's weird that it's kind of showing him, which he's not depicted even at the end of his part of the book, as being more thoughtful. He's getting more thoughtful. It seems like with Sunfire dying, and
they're giving him like a big arc, because before it was like
he was a diddler.
I want to go to war. He was like promoting it, and they're like, "You can't. You're the king." He was like, "I want to go fight. I'm king. I want to go do it." And then he's like getting to see like the repercussions not only of him getting fucked up, but like
dragon, the people that are robbing and killing
in
each
this
other.
town where it's just like the whole wall is collapsing from like just one dragon wing or whatever.
Yeah, it's just laying there headless.
Do you think they're like sawing it off, like the meat?
That's what I wondered too. Like it's been there for months, or they're just like, hey, free eats.
And it kind of is like there was like a couple of little shops or whatever set up around there, and that's when Littlefoot was like going to people. He's like, we're disposed from the war as well. He's like, we're looking for shelter or whatever. And they're just like, and the captain guy,
like, are you rivermen? Or river folk, that's what it was. I fucking hate river folk. And he's like, no, we come from Sharp Point. It's like
the little stutterer guy's like, they just got burned. Like
Vhagar burned it. Prince Aemon destroyed it with dragonfire. And he's like, how'd you guys get out? We nearly didn't. Look at my friend over there.
Yeah, he starts
fucked up.
And they take a close look at him, and he's just like,
he is looking at him so like
you don't know what you're looking at right now, motherfucker.
I know, and I feel like everything this guy does, he's remembering that guy for sure. He's gonna hold on to that guy's memory.
But this is the same guy. This is the scene where the guy who was out there before by the dragon, it shows him taking a closer look.
When he gets to go take the piss buckets, he's like, okay, because we're all full up. And he's like, are you sure? I have coin, and the guy's like, takes all of his coin. It's like, you can earn a tent. What are your skills? Like, I can ride a little.
Good with herbs.
And he fucking,
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, you can help out over here, and he can fucking clean the shitters and the pits.
What's this stuttering guy back here? They call him
Tanners.
Tangletongue.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm not gonna fucking dig
Tom Tangletongue!
Yeah.
He's in the books. Okay. Now I'm remembering. I didn't know that was Tangletongue. That's even cooler.
But Aegon's like, I'm not doing the latrines. I'm not touching piss or shit. And that's when he was like, you basically, yeah, you are, because I'm the captain around here. He goes, Tangletongue and Mangleface or something like that is what he calls him. And then eventually, he's like, well, Gregor. He calls him Gregor.
Yeah.
He's like, finally goes off and works with him.
He's like, yeah, and he's like, fucking don't touch me. And he's glaring at that dude like.
But they do show the guy the guy who was asking for coppers when he was looking at Sunfire.
Behind him.
The other guy behind him was staying real close.
He was also behind Tangletongue,
Yeah.
and he was like, recognized him.
Yeah.
And recognized him. Oh, and then
his personality, he's like, this guy's holding himself higher than everybody else. He's at very least highborn, but he's got white hair and burnt face.
Yeah, he's figured
really
out
close with Sunfire. I think it's, I think he knows.
All right, so then cut to Tumbleton.
No, it goes to, she's in the throne room, and Ulf comes up, and he's like, hey, and she's like, look, when we find a house, we'll let you know.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, that's right, right
and
before
he's like,
that.
no, I'm just asking, I noticed you sent Ulf to go watch Tumbleton. She's like, yeah, and he's like, well, if you don't mind, I'd like to go do that. And then she's like, isn't your wife there?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, and she's like, well, Ulf has no attachment.
Stake in it.
No stake in the game.
He's like, well,
send me because of that. He's like, I won't let my eye leave it because what I love is there.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right,
We'll
both watch it, take turns,
Watch
make sure you let Ulf know the plan. He's like, all right, thanks.
Cool. And then, yeah, they're at Tumbleton.
No, hold on. And then it goes to Ulf walking into the tavern.
Are we sure?
Yeah. Because right after that is when we see what happens with Ormund. But it's a real quick. Ulf goes into the tavern, and everybody's like, Ulf the White, like he's the Dragon Rider's return.
Yeah, they're all talking, patting him on his fancy
he's
clothes.
shaking hands and stuff.
And then, like, you're here to buy drinks. He's like, what? For everyone. He says that under his breath. And the other guy's like, drinks for everyone! And then he's like,
And the barmaid walks up. He's like,
and he just takes his whole thing off, like, fuck it, I guess. My first paycheck.
Right when I get back in town, now I'm broke again.
Yeah.
And I just want to mention, because it does come up later, when he comes to petitioner. So then it goes to Hightower, or the Tumbleton.
And Hugh's wife is arriving back at her little shack, her brother's house, I guess.
Yeah.
And she's got a little bit of groceries, and they're like, what else you got?
I need to check the goods.
Yeah, that's what he says. Ooh, it's even creepier than I thought.
Yeah.
I need to check the goods. And he's like going to grab at her, and she smacks him a good one, right?
Well, before that, like he's kind of getting close, and then the wife of her brother, she's like, go to the little girl. She's like, go get some rosemary, and then he goes to like do it, and she like fights up against him, and
yeah.
The wife comes around. She's like, get off her.
And he fucking breaks her arm, throws her onto the table, and then, like, he's still grabbing at the gal. The dude comes up
he gets
and
a
hits
punch
him,
in,
punches the dude, but then the guards grab him, fucking pummel his face real quick, which she's, like, freaking out. That's my brother, you know. And basically it looks like he's going to get taken by the Haggard Coward guards. Then the guards bring Kat and her brother, and his wife to Ormund, right?
Well, no. So I think what it is her brother went to the Castellans or whatever.
Because the main lady, that main lady's saying that you said your man would behave, and this one has sinned.
Yeah,
right?
And he's like, "What's going on?" And the guy fucking lies his ass off. So
he's like, "Well, the Smith, I was at his house, and I think he just didn't like it, or maybe he's loyal to Rhaenyra, but he struck me." And the guy's like, no.
Yeah.
We have no problem with you guys being here. But this dude tried to fucking force himself on my sister. And when my wife tried to stop him, he broke my wife's arm. My wife's a weaver. We need what little money she makes just to fucking live.
Yeah. You guys are already imposing, additional mouths in our house.
Yeah, and the guy's like, is this true what he says? And he's there, no. And they're like, liar, this and that and the other. And he's like, I will have calm. And then he's like, you, where are you from? And then the guy's like, what does he say?
Garrick from White Glove or something like that.
White Grove.
White Grove, yeah.
And he's like, okay, Garrick from White Grove, you have violated
guest rights.
You've, sullied yourself on a woman, tried to sully yourself on a woman, and then assaulted another one in the process. Your punishment will fit your crime. And the guy's like already looking scared, right? He's like, you will be gelded. And then the gals are like, woo, sweet. And he's like,
justice.
and not all. And you will have one of your arms broken. You can still work for me. You can remain in my service, he says. But know that if you violate again, you will be hanged. And they, sees him, and the guy's like, oh, I've got a wife, And I'm thinking that's implying, like, when I go home and tell my wife that I was gelded, you only get gelded for fucking bat, right? Yeah. So my wife is going to leave, obviously. We're going to have all kinds of problems if I do that.
Oh, I just think, like, how they gelled him back then, too.
Not quickly.
Just a hot knife.
Oh, I would hope for a hot knife.
But after that, he kind of talks to Darren. He's like, kind of weird with this. This is kind of feeding back into what I was saying. Is he's like, you have to be firm. He's like, but you have to be something. He's like, kind of like the balance of like.
Yeah, he's like
we were on their side. We showed that he did wrong, but he's also our man, kind of a thing.
Yeah, and he talks about how unrest is boiling, and we need to quell it. With like that public display of our guy did wrong. We're letting all the townsfolk see that we discipline our men when they do wrong.
Yeah.
So that the townfolk don't freak out about us being here.
Well, and also not just because of the townfolk, but I mean, you don't want your men raping all the people. Like it's, I bet none of them else will.
Yeah, none of them else will now. And that's when it had Ulf comes in. And he's asking for favors for his friends. But the favors he asks for is what's funny. He asks for my man named, what does he say, the tavern. He says he wants...
a small holding outside
a small holding outside of Highgarden or something. And for another guy of the name of Clay, some pardons for various... small crimes.
We won't get into it. He also wants a ride to, or a boat to lease.
Yeah.
And she cuts him off.
And she's like,
these aren't for you. He's like, no, for some allies.
Yeah, allies at the tavern that I like to drink at.
That I frequented. And she's like,
no.
Like, what would happen if your stomach was poked by a Hightower loyalist at one of these taverns you used to frequent or whatever? He's like, well, I mean, it's my belly. It wouldn't be no big deal to you if you think about it. And she's like, no.
You belong to me now, bitch.
Yeah. If I lose you, I lose a dragon, and then the whole unity of the Seven Kingdoms is at peril. So, no, I don't think that that's the case. You're going to have your ale here now.
Yeah.
You're not able to go to taverns anymore. And he's like, what? And he's like, think about it. He's like a social butterfly. If he doesn't have his buddies, what does he got,
He's basically on house arrest. You get to stay at the Red
And I think this is... Hughes will be probably over Tumbleton, and Ulf will be... She's going to lock him down in the keep. She's not going to let him go anywhere unless he's being escorted to the dragon pits
to go to Tumbleton.
To go serve. Yeah. And so he's just going to have to get drunk in his own quarters from now on.
Under house arrest, basically.
And he's not going to let him.
Yeah, he's not digging that. So she tells him, you're going to have your beer here. And, that's it. And he's like, okay. And then she sits down. And I wonder why he says this. Is he trying to get a rise out of her?
No, I think he's trying to show her, like, now that you've done this, he's like...
Maybe you ought to think about being nice with some of the people, like, at the bars and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's like, they protest you out there, you know that? And she's like, what? And he's like, I've seen horrible words written out there. They call you the whispers it.
Yeah.
He's like, the queen of bastards. She's like, probably by misguided subjects.
Yeah, that's what he says.
False impression that
you are not kind.
Yeah.
And
he
he's
kind of like curtsies almost and like goes to leave.
like trying to help her, like, this is one of those moments where you could have been nice.
Yeah. You could have told me to fuck off about my friends, but not grounded me to the house.
Yeah. And then she's like, acts like it doesn't bother her. She's like, and she's looking at papers like I am now.
And after he leaves, she talks to the...
And then she's like, you know what? Talk to the head of the guard, and see if there are any such markings. And if there are, remove them and find out who's painting them. And he's like, all right, we can get it. And she's like, just make it cease.
Yeah.
But I like how it showed her, like, it was a total girl moment. She was sitting there like, I don't care anyway. You know what? I do care, motherfucker. Queen of bastards. How dare they? How dare they? And then, Rooks Rest. We are back with Aegon and Larys working. And Larys tells Aegon, basically, Aegon gets back from all in piss. He's like exhausted. You can tell it stinks. And Larys is basically telling him, well, I found a ship. We'll leave in 3 days' time to where we want to go, you know, the area we want to go to. But I kind of let it lay low, tell them, do our job, you know. It's like, if these fucking people knew that I was who I was, it would fucking be anything. Yes, well, it's a good thing that they don't. Because if they did, Rhaenyra sits the throne. You have no dragon to speak of. What do you think? She did you a favor declaring you dead. Because if you were alive and had none of those things to keep you safe, you're just a hostage that they can take, like the last guy's trying to do.
Yeah. And he doesn't know either. He's like, I'm dead?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, they said that Aemon killed you.
Yeah.
He's like, I should fucking kill him. I should fucking kill her.
Yeah, that pisses him off more. He's like, wait a minute, is that what they say?
Yeah.
Like that my brother Aemon killed me. That pisses him off more than being dead. It's like, they say that prick killed me?
Yeah.
No.
I love how he goes down the chain. He's like, I'll fucking kill him. I'll fucking kill her.
But he's like, yes, well, you know, it's probably the best thing that we have right now. And then it's like, okay, whatever, right? And then he grabs his plate with Tangleton and he's going. Well, he goes to go meet with Tangleton to get his food. Tangleton's already in line. He's like, whatever, fuck it. I can deal with it for 3 days. I'm gonna get back what's mine. And he goes to get food with Tangleton. And that's when Tangleton's like, no more today, maybe tomorrow. And Aegon just loses his mind right there. He's like, unfuckable.
I work shit and piss all day.
I just really actually worked for it, and now that they don't have enough food for it, he's like, I'm going to say something kind of thing. And he walks over to the guys. I can't even remember that guy's name.
Janus, I think.
Yeah, and he's like,
Janus.
Is this how you rule? Running out of fucking food?
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah. And he's like, yeah. The guy just sits there quiet, and he's like, answer me! And he yells at him. Again, like you said earlier, I didn't even think about this. Giving away the fact that you are used to being above people.
Yeah.
You are not playing the role of burnt, religious man who's always been poor.
Yeah.
You're talking down to people all around you.
Yeah, and he even says something like, I'll fucking have your tongue or something.
Yeah, I'll have your tongue out, you fucking something or other.
And that's the guy jumps up and like pulls a dagger on him.
And tells him, like, you know, you'll get down and you'll kiss my feet or whatever, or I'll gut you or some shit like that.
Well, yeah, because Aegon's like, let's not be too hasty.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you can kneel if you want to live. And he like, kneels down, and the guy sits and goes, you kiss my boot, or you kiss my feet.
Yeah, if you, I regret it. He's like, I was rash or whatever. He says something, and he's like, if you want to live, you know, you'll kiss my boot or whatever. And then, yeah, it shows him. Get down, and they're holding Larys. And at that moment, right at that moment, he starts to fight. They grab Larys and hold him against the wall.
Yeah.
That poor guy. He's always just like, God, I keep telling him to fucking act right.
Also, I'm not a physical threat. Like,
yeah, did you not see me hobble my way up here? The burnt to death guy got up here faster than I did.
I tried to stop him. I couldn't catch him.
Yeah. I didn't even want to come here.
I think we did kind of jump around. We're not doing it in order this episode.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring up another thing because I have all of that happening a little bit later. We have Rhaenyra goes to talk to Orwell about the faith. She asks, I want all of the letters between Otto and Ormond or whatever, between the crown and Ormond after my father died. And then she kind of shuts the door and she's like, what do you know about like the faith or something like that? And he's like, she's like, he wouldn't anoint me. That's what Orwell's like, well, you have dragons. The people have announced you as their liberator. What more signs of power? Like, is this not enough?
Yeah, you sit the throne, your dragons rule the skies.
Aemon's declared dead.
Yeah, well,
Aegon.
doesn't any of this other stuff matter? And she's like, well, yeah.
Yeah, she's like, what's the faith that people should, maybe I could have him removed. And he's like,
permanently?
And he's like, the monarchy's had best been able to help decide the name or the new one, but to remove them all together. And he's like, unless you're talking about a more permanent removal. And she's like, God damn, Orwell, bloodthirsty. I respect it.
Yeah.
But then it goes to Daemon in the Vale.
Yes.
And it's a sweet shot. I hope I can get a screenshot of it. I'll put it up here. But it's like a bottom shot from like underneath from the Vale. I've always thought the Vale was like the coolest looking.
Yeah, castle.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be, and they never really show it all. So from what I understand in the books is it's the main gate, and then it's just like
there's mountain
winding
passes
like
up,
with castles along the way.
Yeah.
To where you can fucking drop down, and if they clear one, you're like, okay, they've cleared the first one. They're at the second one, until you get.
Well, they always show you just the last one. I forgot what they call
the
it. Sky Castle or Moon Castle, whatever it is. And it is like way high up, so you can imagine you probably have to like. Yeah.
And yeah, he's just sitting there with Lady Jane. And she's like, Daemon and Targaryen in the Vale, I haven't seen you since, your previous wife. And he's like, yeah. Well.
Time heals all wounds.
Yeah, time heals all wounds, yeah. So, and then what does he say?
He's like,
he's like, I'm here for the men you promised. You were given a dragon, and you promised men. You were given a dragon, but we never saw any men. She's like, I should have sent babes. The dragon that Prince Jaehaerys had was...
No, the Joffrey.
Joffrey's
dragon was no fighting dragon.
Yeah.
I basically just took a ward.
And then she took that one besides that.
Yeah.
And he's like, well...
Also, the war is over, so why would she need men? He's like, I'm actually not really here for men.
I'm here for gold. And she's like, oh, your coffers are empty. He's like, high tower, deception, and deceit. We're not broke.
He's very
stole
quippy in this scene.
Yeah, he's very quick, too.
And she's like, to think, Daemon Targaryen with his tin cup.
Yeah, in my hall, with his tin cup like a beggar.
And he's
Never
like,
thought I'd see the day.
And he's like, well, the faster you give it to me, the quicker I'll be out of here.
Yeah, he's like, you can hasten my departure with, And then I didn't think about it the first time watching it, but the second time it's like, very well. She does want him out of there quick.
Yeah.
Pay him, get him out of the Vale, so he doesn't see what we allowed to hide here.
Yeah.
Or talk about his other kids that are now gone.
Yeah, and I don't know how he comes to this conclusion. He does say it later. He's like, she knows? Well, she knows you're here.
Yeah.
The Lady Jane knows you're here.
Maybe because he's smart enough to know there's no way you didn't see a fucking dragon flying.
Yeah, or maybe, Rhaena, would she just think to go hide in a cave?
Yeah. And so he's getting on his dragon.
And he's like loading up big old fucking bags of gold. And he's like, calm down. He's like slaps the dragon with his gloves. He's like putting his gloves on. He's like, calm down, you bitch.
And then, the dragon takes off, cracks, and freaks out. He's like, no, obey, whatever.
You're obviously showing that he's not in control.
Yeah, and then he flies him off to a little cliffside with a tiny little hole. And I'm sorry, the size of the entryway does not look like sheepstealer got in that side. Like, that's the way he comes out, but I don't think that's the way that they went in. Anyway,
turning around would be kind of difficult, but you see him move pretty crazy. So.
Daemon lands, jumps off, and it's cool because they have that bond like we talked about. So the dragon knew this is something you want to see.
Yeah, it sensed it.
It sensed her, you think? Or was it the sheepstealer?
I think both.
Yeah. It was like dragon and, hey, you're going to want to see this because this is a familiar smell.
Yeah, this isn't just
a
sheepstealer out there.
Yeah. So he pulls his sword out, and he pretty much assumes what Craxus is brought to. He's like, who goes there? I thought this was a really cool shot. Just the dragon lighting up behind her, and she walks out, and she is doing the hermit thing so fucking well. Not just the look, but the look on her face. She won't look him in the eye.
Yeah. And I was thinking about this the second time I watched it through. I was like, she's just been in the dark, in there.
For days.
And just eating sheep with this, roasted sheep with this fucking animal.
Giant.
Imagine the fucking weird bonding that's going on with her.
Yeah, and that's why she's like, he's part of me. We are, family.
Yeah. She's like, I was alone.
Yeah, anyway, we're going ahead.
He does, when he sees her, you see his,
he goes to walk up.
Loosens off, and he's like, oh my god, Rhaenyra?
He puts the sword away, and as he goes to get close, Sheepstealer freaks out.
Craxus freaks out.
One Sheepstealer does, yeah. And then they're both going to their dragons, calm down, whatever. And then he gets to get up to her, and he's like,
pulls down her cowl, yeah.
And he's like, what have you done to yourself? Her hair's all charred off. And he's like, how? Rhaenyra thinks that this...
No, he just goes, how did you... And she goes, I just fed him sheep.
Oh, yeah, you just fed him sheep. I just fed him sheep. And he's like, Rhaenyra thinks that this dragon and its rider are responsible for...
Jace dying.
Yeah, and she's like,
I never intended to do anything.
No.
I just wanted to help. He's like, oh my god. And she goes, is she taking it hard? And he screams something high Valyrian.
Yeah, he screams what do you think kind of thing.
What do you fucking think is what I basically got out of it.
Yeah, what do you fucking think? Is she sorrow or something? Yeah. Yeah, you fucking killed her last son. What do you think?
And then he goes, I sent you to fucking guard over my children.
Yeah, you swore.
And she's like, to do what? Train them as women of the fucking court or whatever?
I wouldn't have been much good there either.
Yeah. She's like, I was always alone. I was a Targaryen without a dragon.
Before that, though, he's like, wait. We'll go to where you're supposed to be now. We'll leave the dragon. We'll find a ship. And then the dragon freaks out. And
when he says Rhaenyra will never know, yeah.
Yeah, and Rhaenyra will never know. If you're where you're supposed to be, she'll never... And she's like, I'm not leaving it.
Yeah, and the dragon starts kind of freaking out.
Yeah. He's a part of me, and, I'm part of him, whatever. And he's like, he's a wild dragon.
They can't be tamed or whatever. Yeah. And she's like, I never had one. It was worse that I wasn't even not seen. I was pitied.
Yeah, she's like, have you yourself even given me more than passing thought? She's like a Targaryen without a dragon. And that's when she says, have you ever given me more than a passing thought?
She's like the lowest among
your
children.
Yeah, Rhaena, the unfortunate. Yeah. The least of all your children. And then he feels bad.
Yeah.
Well, then come with me to King's Landing. We'll explain it to her. Say it was a mistake. And she's like, I can't face her.
Yeah, do you think I could ever look at her after what I've done?
I will stay up here and live like this alone. That will be my penance.
Yeah, this is my punishment for doing what I did.
And he's like, no, come on. And then that's when she
books it back and fucking he has to bail out of there because
Sheepstealer comes running out.
Was flying by. And I love the sound that Craxus sounds like. He's yelling out to him.
And he just goes, hey!
Yeah, hey, shut up. And then he looks down and there's a fucking goat herder just standing there.
I didn't notice that the first time either. I just thought he was noticing that's the guy that gives them goats. I didn't realize that because we didn't know yet, right?
Well, when I first saw it, I was like, he's going to have to kill him as a witness. That's all I was thinking.
He saw, so he's going to have to kill him. Okay, I didn't think about that. So then it was Tumbleton.
Yeah, where it goes to Ormund and he's doing his little fragrance alchemy.
Yeah.
ooh, that's nice. He takes like a little flower and sits in. He's a little dainty. I think he's a little
fruity.
Yeah.
And he was sitting there making his potpourri, basically.
Yeah.
And in comes news from Harrenhal, Your Grace, or whatever, my lord, or whatever. And he's like, okay. And he reads it. And he sets it down. And he's just breathing, and Darren
catches on
and says to the other little serving boy,
and the little servant's like, huh? What was that?
Yeah, what, my lord?
Get out now.
My prince? And he's like, get out now. And he's like, and he fucking hurries out. So, and then he immediately backs up. Darren does, like, just puts his hand behind his back, backs up, like, okay, he's gonna have his meltdown now. And he does. Fucking freaks out.
Craven, coward.
Just pulls his sword up.
You're just hearing beeps, but I'll put the word up here or something.
Smashing the table with his sword until he finally just. And Darren's like. The other guy, his guard, his like right hand man is just like.
I think he's supposed to be, in the books, he's bigger than they're making him out in this. Something the bold, but he's definitely playing the role. He's just like the hardened mercenary next to him.
Yeah, and then Ormund calms down, picks up the scavenger's sword, he puts it back in, and while he's doing that, that same guard guy walks up and picks up his chair. So this is a regular occurrence.
Yeah, it's all said and done, and he puts his sword away. And
down. Well, it turns out, Brother Aemon will not be joining us.
He's like, your uncle, Gawain, is written from Harrenhal.
Yeah, and that's when he says in that.
And Darren's like, is Gawain going to come? And it's like hopeful,
It's like, they don't. We have to alter our scheme or something like that, he says.
Which makes you wonder, are they now going to start fucking with Tumbleton? Because they do show, I don't know if we're there yet, but... yeah.
Daemon shows up. They're sitting there with... Now they have Manderley at the small council table.
Yeah, he's going off about whatever.
Well, it turns out by all my investigations and the turning up from everybody we found that the crown's gold is in fact not in King Blood. He's basically telling her that they looked everywhere and the money's not hidden in town. And
your suspicions were correct. My investigations have proven this out.
Yeah, and Daemon comes in, fucking, here we go. I brought justice. Plops a fucking head down on the table.
Which we assume now is the goat shepherd guy.
Yeah, the goat shepherd guy that he was looking down at like, that'll do.
Because
sweet, I don't even have to go into town.
This is the head of sheepstealer's rider. I got 10,000 gold from the Vale,
Yeah, from the Lady Aaron. Here we go. And she's like, who is this? He's like, sheepstealer's rider. And then, okay.
They all kind of start picking up talking, and she's just focused on what
head.
The fuck this is.
And then he goes like this with his drink when he first slams the head down. He's like,
slides his drink away from.
Slides his drink closer to himself, away from the severed head.
And they start going into like the 10,000 can be used.
But before that, he goes, someone want to explain to me who that is?
Oh yeah.
And he's like, my prince, Sir Doran Manderley, the new master of coin. Well, master of what little coin there is. He's like, so you must think yourself pretty clever. He's like, well, just remember, I'm the clever one.
He's like, I'm Daemon Targaryen, I'm the clever one around here. And he goes,
right. Say no more.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm the one with the jokes, alright? I'm the funny one around here.
Yeah. But then they start going off about the 10,000 that Daemon brought in can be used for the small folk, and then Daemon immediately is like, our city watches run thin, we need to pay them more.
And better arm them, better pay them, or we're going to have fucking uprising. And she's like, man.
And the whole time, Rhaenyra is just staring at the head and like back at Daemon, like, what the fuck? Like, I don't care about all this. I wanted vengeance like myself.
And then she's just like, leave us. Everyone out of the room, And then, okay. And they get up and leave. And that's when she kind of asks for the explanation.
Yeah.
Of who is it? Sheepstealer's rider. And what a sheepstealer? And he's like, fled. Claims
He's
the
like,
wild dragon is madness. We're never likely to see it again.
Yeah. He's like, why are you worried? He's like, I did what you asked.
I wanted to see him. I wanted my son's
I wanted to see the face of my son's killer.
And
yeah.
he's like, for what? So you punish him yourself? Is that going to help your grieving? You know?
Yeah. He's like, do you think that...
I've done what you willed.
Yeah.
I've done what you wanted. The result is the same. Isn't that enough? You know? And she sits down, and
it's like a switch goes off. She's like, fine. Immediately she goes to, I'm gonna give the 10,000 to help the small folk.
Yeah, like kind of condescendingly.
Yeah, the city watch loves you as their old commander or whatever.
You will tell them to be patient, and that the crown will honor its debt. And he's like, all right. And he goes, he's like, I suppose I should thank you. And he doesn't even look at her. He kind of like half looks at her and is like, and he's walking out, and the White Worm, Masseria, I always mix those two names up. Masseria is sitting there like she was listening, or at least very slowly walking away.
Yeah.
Like you'd think one of the guard would have been like moving along.
Yeah.
But she's going really slowly and looking back, like, and he kind of gives her shit. Like, I see, you know, you wormed your way into.
He goes, after all the shit that you basically told her, filled her head with crumbling down around her. Like, I'll be here to fucking
fix all this.
Yeah.
You know, she's like, oh yeah, whose head is that? Like she knew from the get go, you did bring the head of the real fucking rider. I wonder if she knows who it is, because she's got the secrets, right? A secret from the veil. Somebody might have seen it.
That's true. And so then it goes to I can't remember her name already.
Oh, she goes to Alicent's chambers.
Yeah.
And Alicent's in her
pajamas,
yeah. And
Rhaenyra just comes in and she goes, I've sent men that I trust to take your father's bones back to Hightower. And then she comes up, and I don't know if, or Old Town or whatever, I don't know if it's her father's ring.
I think so.
Or if it's Viserys' ring, but she goes, Viserys would have wished this. So I'm thinking she means, I didn't have to send your father's bones back to Old Town, but Viserys would have wished that.
Yeah.
And then it's her father's ring.
Here's your father's ring.
Yeah, because
I didn't let them loot that.
Yeah.
Completely out.
And then she just kind of stutters there for a second, and then leaves without saying anything else.
But then Helena, first though, at the beginning of the scene, before she walks in, did you see that Helena was like...
Yeah, she's like trying to get her, she's like stuck in her shoulder.
Yeah. I wonder if that's the actress.
I hope.
Like,
if I'm going to be in the background, I'm going to be ad-libbing this character.
Yeah, like, I'm weird, right? Can I, like, pretend to struggle with my nightgown?
Yeah. But then so
like, I have to be here for 10 hours while you guys shoot the other shit. Let me do something.
Yeah. Well, she calls Helena over after that, and comes up.
Having trouble with her nightgown still. So she's like, Helena, give me here. Let me see.
And she kind of like chuckles, like, silly girl, let me help you out.
And then she sees, like, Tisha pointed this out to me. She notices her boobs first. The boobs are bigger.
Yeah, and she kind of looks at her, and then she goes to reach for her stomach, and Helena backs away and covers up, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, and
is Helena pregnant?
Yeah, she's like, Helena. And Helena's like, so it cuts to, I guess it looks like, I want to say a set. I always say a set. It's like the prayer room or whatever. Yeah. It's got a big circle area with all the candles for them. The altar.
And there's probably like a star in there. You know.
And he's, it's Darren sitting there with Viserion, and he's like talking softly to her. It's okay. We're going to go flying again soon. And then immediately the dragon starts to leer up because it walks Ormund. And he's like, I cautioned you about growing affection for that beast, you know, and the dragon, like you know, you were saying, gets right off the bat, kind of gets pissy with him, and Ormond like you could tell that they know that they don't like each other.
Yeah.
The dragon can sense this guy doesn't like me, and I don't like him either.
And he goes into detail right here in the scene about it.
And he walks up to him and he says, "You're a good boy. You speak kindly. You say your prayers, but there is a taint in your blood." And he's basically referring to him being Targaryen, you know. Mm-hmm. The only good part about you is that I raised you in the shadow of the Citadel, you know. bathed in its glowing light, da 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 da. And it's going to be time now for you to be king, you know?
Yeah, and he really gets into like his kind of hatred of the Targaryens because they mix blood and magic to create these creatures. We're actually the higher beings. They came and took what's rightfully ours. We're the higher beings, but we can't contend with dragons.
Yeah, we can't, but that we cannot stand. We can't stand against that.
Who could defeat that, basically?
Yeah.
He's like, but you're more high tower than Targaryen.
Yeah, and he's like, it's a blessing that you came to war at Old Town. You're going to be like, almost like a prophecy. He doesn't say prophecy, but it's like you're going to.
But he is a zealot, and
yeah, I think it's like divine intervention kind of thing. Like there's a reason that you came to war with me, and you have a dragon kind of thing. Like.
And when Rhaenyra was talking to Orwell about she asked for all the letters between the Crown and Old Town. He's like, a lot of letters went out, but
from Otto, but nothing ever came back. And
yeah.
What do I make of this? And he's like, that Ormund runs the High Tower like his own fortress.
He says Ormund's running Old Town like its own kingdom.
Yeah, like he's not paying attention to anything you guys tell him.
Yeah.
Only basically sending back news when he has to, right?
Yeah.
But he wasn't even giving it to, and that was from Otto at the time. So he wasn't even giving his own uncle information.
Yeah.
Back, talking back and forth. He was like, no, you're in bed with
Well, Otto's in on it, I bet.
Yeah. So he's basically, you know, you have to be king, you know, your time now. And he's like, surely you wouldn't, or Darren's like, surely you wouldn't want me to turn cloak on my brothers. And he's like, no, your brother's lost. It's you, kind of thing. And you're going to have to, you know, do things that a king does, whatever. They bring in the guy that was Hugh's brother-in-law. That's how we'll call him. Hugh's brother-in-law. Hugh's wife's brother. The guy that got, you know, assaulted earlier for stopping the whole rape situation. So they have him on his knees, and he's looking all scared, and Darren's obviously confused, and it's like, wait, you know, we let him go. He's like, well, no, he laid hands on a high tower. And he's like, but our man struck him first, you know.
Yeah, our man was standing on a lady, like.
Yeah.
He was like, that doesn't matter because he stands for high tower, which extension stands for you, or extension stands for you.
The crown,
yeah.
Which is an extension of you. And we can't have that. Them laying their filthy hands kind of thing on high tower guards, no matter what they did kind of thing. And he's like, but it isn't it isn't mercifully a kingly virtue, he says. And that's when Ormond's like, that sounds like something his father would say.
And he like,
very angry when he said
Darren
that.
like kind of like cowers down, like this is I've hit the wall, you know.
Yeah, he's like, okay, you're right.
And I think he's been talking shit on because he hates all Targaryens, but like he especially by his views of Viserys is like weak, you know?
and all the dragon stuff. Like you could only imagine every time the kid fucked up, like dropped something, dropped a plate or a cup or whatever. Yeah, well that's because you're filthy fucking Targaryen blood. You know what I mean? So
can't drink our ale. You want your wine?
Yeah, he's like scared, like you said. He's visibly scared. He's like, sorry, you're right. And he's like, Ormond pulls the sword out, and then goes ahead to the kid, and the kid's like, and the guy's like looking, Hugh's brother-in-law, looking up, looking around, like, is he going to do it? And he actually grabs it he doesn't even say anything at that point, though. He doesn't even say, like, no, I can't.
This made me wonder, because they were kind of accentuating the sword. I was like, is that a Valyrian steel sword?
I don't know that it's one that they mentioned, but I don't remember. See, I wish I paid more attention to him in the book, but there's so many goddamn characters in the book, and they fly in and out, that it's hard to maintain which ones are going to be so important on screen later on.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, the Hightowers, and even, you know, that guy that works with Hightower, like you said, I know he's an important guy, and I just can't think of where yet, but I know he's a big part of the story.
Well, notice again, they get to take even the highest of liberties, which is this dagger storyline like that.
That's not in the book at all, yeah.
But that was it was a part of the original series that they're like, oh, this has nothing to do with anything else. We'll just use this dagger that was used in the beginning.
And we're not contradicting anything George said, because how can the fans be pissed if we haven't gone against the books, because it's not in there?
It's just a nice ass dagger. Not wearing you don't see him wearing steel everywhere.
So he hands the kid the sword. The kid grabs it, and like walks over to him slowly. And the guy's like, please, no. I didn't do anything. And then he just,
Kind of like a soft, like,
like worse than Rhaenyra's, like.
Yeah.
And he gets in there though, and then pulls it out. Guy falls to the ground. He just kind of sits there, stares at it for a minute. He's beautifully acted. The kid's fucking great. He deserves an Emmy. Anyway.
I don't know, if we're going to be given... If they get any one Emmy, it's got to be Rhaenyra for...
Yeah, Rhaenyra, Jace's death, for sure. So he hands the sword, back to Ormund, and Ormund's like, touch him on the face. He takes the sword from him, just fucking wipes the blood off on the guy's dead body, which I guess is not that big of a deal. He's already disrespected the fuck out of him anyway. But it felt like a show of disrespect, like, you can have that back, kind of thing. And then Tessarion, he backs up, goes to walk away, kind of, and Tessarion like just starts climbing over the candles, knocking shit over, like, ooh, sweet, and does that sweet hissing, like Predator almost. I think of the Predator movies when I hear the noise he makes. And then boom, you don't see the fire, you just see Ormond's face light up with the color, fire, and he's like, now we can begin, or now it's begun. And then credits roll, and while the credits are rolling, you hear a couple of bites real quick.
Yeah.
So, shit's going down.
Do you think that he's, like, feeding...
Is that how he feeds the dragon?
Yeah, is it going to be like a fucking man-eating dragon?
Yeah, just like, that's the only thing he eats. But that's what Daemon said about Crackhead. He'll make quick work of the dead, and it'll be good, and he'll be fed, and we wanted to feed him sheep. It seems logical.
But Daemon's been through some shit, too.
And everybody's complaining about sheep, though. It's like, well, if you just let us eat your dead, you don't care.
It's all fine and dandy when it's happening in the stepstone. Right?
Yeah.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
But when that shit starts happening here, I don't want to see why people get eaten by
that. It just smells awful all the time.
Yeah. To that far in, they don't care.
Yeah, if we got them to get to that far, that's awesome. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's the plan. I think that they're going to force her hand by just going nuts, and Hugh's going to step in because his wife's there. Or if they grab the dude, because at the end of that, real quick, at the end of the first exchange, when he was being all nice, he's like, have someone see them home and a maester to see to their wounds. And the husband, Hugh's brother-in-law, went with. But later, he's fucking captain. So did they, like, separate them? Like, here, he's going to go get helped over here by this maester, you're going to get helped over here. Yeah. And then they dragged his ass back? Or is Hugh's wife been given over to fucking, you know what I mean? Like, what horrible shit have they started to do that might entice Hugh to be like, I'm going to burn all these motherfuckers.
And Ulf's locked in the fucking keep.
So they're going to send him out, half drunk. He's going to fucking burn shit down. Where's Adam at?
And we're going to see Cole's army versus the Roddies.
Yeah, and they better give him the good death, too, because, well, not good for him, but good in the book. Because his death was really good.
We're excited.
Anyway, we'll see next time.